walk. You talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk. So that kid in turns could turn around to somebody else at 14 and be way more effective and way more informed than I might be in my 20s or somebody else at another age. So the idea is where each one pulls one, and we teach them we know better, so we do better. And we do it not expecting to be paid. The payment is in somebody moving it forward to help somebody else. So that's been the work that we've been doing along with the music, and it's been very positive. It's rewarding because you get up every day not knowing what to expect, and then by the end of the program you're like, oh my God, there's just so much more I can do, so much more I can do. All these people that I know in all these different positions, how do I know move forward to help another child? So Reach One Child Jamaica, and you can find it online at reachonechild.org. I know the website is going through some changes, but yeah. And even in terms of donations, it's not money. It's donation in terms of any organization that you are affiliated with that can help, be it books that we can go back into the schools with, or if you have had an experience that you'd like to share, or resources in other ways, because we want to make sure that what we're going into the kids with, it's informed, it's positive, so we make one little island better or one little community better. By extension, we're helping to make the world better, because it's just one person reaching somebody else. Yeah.
Wow, that is so humbling. Give her a round of applause for that. Because, you know, I asked her about what she's doing musically and things, but she didn't get to that. She's talking about community first, which is good, you know, very humbling to see that, because you're giving back. You're giving back. You're not just taking and running, because you know, I really appreciate that. So what's been happening for the music? Any new things? I want to know about a little bit about the music. The people do too.
Right. Right now I'm working on my debut album, believe it or not. We've spent the last 5 years collaborating with a lot of artists. You know, I've worked a lot with Sly and Robbie. We've done songs like Good Love and Shine on Jamaica, and I've been blessed to have those on Grammy nominated albums. I've worked with Michael Franti and Spearhead, where we had that song Say Hey I Love You that went very high up on the Billboard charts, and all of that opened wonderful doors for me. I was able to open for Michael, as well as be featured on some of his tours, as well as with Sly and Robbie. But now it's almost like a different journey. It's like doing Cherine and the Rockfort Rebels. So I started my own band last year called the Rockfort Rebels, and we launched officially in January of this year. So moving forward, we're looking to tour the US. We're starting with some dates in Canada later this summer. So we're playing like the Calgary Reggae Festival, as well as the Salmon Arms Roots and Blues Festivals, and some others that I can't remember off the top of my head. But there'll be a lot more shows coming up, and that information, of course, is always available at SherineAnderson.com. But we've been putting out singles. Apart from the How We Living video, which came out a couple months ago, there's a song out right now called Eagles and Doves, and the support has been amazing. Thank you. It's just, you know, I feel like right now is a time when people feel broken and people are confused, whether it's, you know, just the economic situation. For me, it's a lot of families sometimes going through illness and stuff like that. Like, only a couple days ago, I lost my 6-year-old cousin to cancer. And the funny thing about it is in celebrating life, because when I think of videos like Kingston State of Mind and even How We Living, because he was in it, but he was always such a positive, wonderful kid. And I think like he just embodies everything that song represents right now. You know, you don't believe in failure because you can do it. Just go for it. You know, be good to people. Good comes back to you. Let nothing and no one hold you down. Fly like eagles, soar like doves, because nobody can hold you down. So when I sing the song, it comes from a very different place even now because of what has transpired. But it's just reminding everybody that, you know, in life there is love, and if you have life, just live it and enjoy every moment of it, because it's precious. So that's kind of where I am right now, even with the music, and with Kiss FM selecting Eagles and Dove as the Kiss fresh track of the week. I mean, it was being played against the Nicki Minaj's and the will.i.ams, and this is a reggae track coming out of Jamaica and something that I co-produced. It feels super humbling, and being able to, you know, just have the opportunity. I'm singing that song tomorrow during the set, and having, you know, the support of like a David Rodigan who heard the song and he's like, this is just incredible. Like, no, we have to get this played on BBC and KISS, and he's been supporting that end, and now it entered a local chart, the Best FM cultural chart. It entered at number 6 just last week, and other radio stations in Jamaica have just started to play the song. So it's just a blessing. So right now it's about eagles and doves, because that's what we're really promoting. So yeah.
Right, and I think you're representing the eagle for the women, because you're really taking the lead. The last time you was here, you had a male manager. Now I notice you have a female person working with you, and yeah, she's right back there. Put your hands up. Give her a big round of applause.
But let me clarify.
Yeah, what is her name?
Jasmine is actually one of the vocalists from Rockford Rebels, so she's not so much the manager.
Okay, but she's supporting you.
Right. That's like my little sister.
Okay.
So she's one of the vocalists from Rockford Rebels,
okay,
and she'll be touring with me. You know, when you see Rockford Rebels, then you just say, hi, Jasmine, you just know, yeah. So I still have the same manager, Patrick Lindsay. He's been down from day one, when nobody really understood what I said when I said dancehall soul. Patrick Lindsay did. He never came, he never aborted the ship. He just stuck with it, you know. So I think now things have evolved. People have, you know, taken a little bit more time, and they're understanding who Cherine, because we've also dropped the Anderson, believe it or not. We've more just been going out and putting records out as Cherine, who Cherine is, and yeah, Patrick is still right there, you know. It's still a team. Good. So big up to and Peter Gale, who's also here as my road manager. Yeah.
All right, respect.
So we keep the balance.
Yes.
We have both, but I love feminine energy. I think it creates a wonderful, unique balance, and it represents strength. I love working with female artists. You know, I had to come out earlier to see Sister Nancy because I just needed to see that.
Right.
I love that kind of strength. I love that kind of energy, and I love the energy of the males too. So I think we need it both. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Give thanks. Hey, Cherine, what has your childhood been like? I mean, your childhood to become so strong.
Well, I'm from a family of 3 girls. I'm the youngest girl, and I grew up in Rockfort in East Kingston, Jamaica. So it wasn't the uptown neighborhood. It wasn't where you had. I remember something simple as wanting a pair of denim jeans, but we couldn't afford it. So my mother went downtown and bought denim fabric and gave it to a cousin of mine who, like, he was a tailor at the time, to make me a pair of denim shorts, because denim was important. And now we could just walk in a store and buy denim a dime a dozen, you know. It's like, so simple things like that. My father is a mechanic. He fixes cars. And my mother, a telephone operator. And they raised 3 really strong girls. You know, it was very simple. You go to school, you do well, you find something that you really want to be very honest about it, be focused. It may not happen in a day, it may not happen in a year, but even if it happens in 10 years, it means you've committed to something that you love and something that you really want to do, and just do it. That it was just as simple as that. I never woke up seeing my mother just sit around trying to figure out who next she's gonna hustle to live. It was always she learned how to sew, or she baking cake, and she go into, it was just always doing something. So to me, I'm a fix-it kind of person. I don't want to see the problem, just tell me what the solution is. I don't want to waste any more energy trying to figure out what's wrong. Let's try to figure out how to get it right. And I'm not into debate just to show how intelligent you are, because it gets us all nowhere. It's more, let's just move forward to get things done so people can just be comfortable and happy. So yeah, that's kind of my mentality.
Give thanks. One last question, and I turn it over to all the members.
Okay.
Where's the spirituality at? Where's the spirituality? I mean, because I know at some point you were singing in the church and things like that. Could you give us some more information, background on that?
I think my religion is almost no religion at all. And I'll explain that. I grew up in a household that was Christian, just very Christian. I went to church on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I also realized a weird thing. I would study memory verses only because it gave me prizes. So as much as I can recite, I would get prizes on a Sunday. And that's what it meant to me, really, being younger. But growing up and understanding, just watching my mother, because my mother was a praying woman. Like, she took everything in prayer and faith and believing in God and believing in, you have to believe in something. I don't know how else to put it, people. She believed in something, but my dad wasn't. So my dad didn't go to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but he still believed everything she believed. So that was the irony of it. And I had uncles who were Rastafarians. You talk about 12 tribes, everything. I was introduced to that very young as well. So for me, I kind of pull my spirituality or what that is to me from everything. I have friends that I'm really close to who are Buddhists. So it placed me in a position of not even being judgmental at all, because we're all searching for the same happiness. We're all searching for that same truth. And everybody takes a different path to get to whatever that is for them. So my thing is, I believe in love, I believe in people, and I believe in goodness. And in any form that comes, I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with it.
Give thanks. So I would like to pass it over to other members of the press corps. You have a question, brother? Identify yourself, please. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Two Dread from KTHX, the Reggae Shack up in Reno, Nevada, Lake Tahoe area. Cool. Big respect to you. You know, it's impossible for me to separate you from that impressive performance you gave in Dancehall Queens way back when. So cool. Big up for that.
Thank you very much.
I have a million questions I'd like to ask you, but in the interest of sharing with everyone else, I'll just keep it to one right now. Getting back to Eagles and Doves, stylistically, that song, to me, really puts you on the doorstep of big success, not just in the reggae world, but crossover success.
Wow.
Was that your aim with that song, or was it just the style that came out of your heart?
Wow.
Speak about that if you would.
I'm going to tell you something that's funny about that song. I wrote the song with the intention of recording for a producer in Jamaica. And I remember when I went in and I said, all right, I'm going to lay the vocals down. And I kept calling the person. I'm like, when are you going to mix the song? When are you going to put the song out? And it took almost 9 months. And I said to my manager, but there's something kind of twisted in this. Why am I begging somebody to mix and release something that I sat at home and created? I said, this is crap. So that's where the whole dancehall soul productions came from. Me and my manager was just like, listen, I know what I want it to sound like. I have the best resources around me. I can get up on the phone and say, Sly, listen to this. You like it? Robbie, do you like this? I'm like, why am I almost begging somebody else who I think does not really understand the potential of positive songs, because they're so focused on what is hot for the moment in Jamaica as opposed to something that could truly motivate people. So I just went ahead and recorded the song. And I think it was partially out of frustration, but when I did the up-tempo version, we wanted to play it on a show. And the song wasn't mixed, so I couldn't teach the band what the final version was. So I had a guitarist just play something very acoustic, and it was for a cancer outreach. And I stood there and witnessed people bawling in front of me, just singing the song with a guitar. So I said to him, I said, I'm not gonna release anything until I get a chance to do this acoustic version. So we recorded the acoustic version, and then I just decided to send it out to all the radio people and see what the support would be like. And everybody said to me, the acoustic is not going to be played on radio, it's too slow. And the acoustic was the first version to start going on the radio charts. So it's just taking a leap of faith and truly believing in yourself. And like the song says, don't believe in failure. We can do it. We can rise above it. Dreams come true. So I think it's like kind of almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like Eagles and Doves is just doing Eagles and Doves right now. So I'm really humbled and I'm thankful for anybody anywhere who has played that song. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm playing both versions.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. That really means a lot.
It's going up, definitely.
Really means a lot. Thanks.
Yes,
You?
Sarah. Hi, Sarah Brett with Reggae Gals.
Hey.
Hello. We were wondering what your message is to women in your music.
It's just stay strong. Believe in yourself. But more than anything else, as I've traveled over the last 5 years, I also realized that sometimes as women, we're the first ones to tear each other down. I see it happen a lot of time on Facebook, because I'm actually the one answering my Facebook. I see it on Twitter. I see it on a lot of these forums, and there's nothing like the strength and the support of a sister. I've been blessed to be in a family of all girls. And sometimes people will say to me, You know what makes you so strong? What makes you just believe in something and you can say it? It's because I know that if I was to fall on my face, my sister would pick me up. And when I say sister, I'm not just talking biological or blood, just my sister would pick me up. And if she were to do the same, then I would do the same thing for her, you know? I think, I don't know if it's society, sometimes it puts us in competition of trying to be this perfect model and this perfect thing to attract, whether it's the right man or the right job or the right this or the right that. But I'm just here to say who you are is enough. Like, you don't need to be anything more than who you are. And that will continue to be my message. Be good to other women, it's gonna come back to you. Do the same thing to another woman that you'd like to be done to you. And just support each other. And if it's something you don't understand, it don't mean you have to let it go with a negative word. It just means leave it alone. Just stand. Sometimes silence is better than saying something negative. So for me, my message to women is truly know who you are, stay strong, and remember who you are is good enough. You don't need to be anything more than who you are.
We also ask you who your favorite female artist is.
Ooh, so many of them. So many of them. On a reggae tip, I'd say definitely a Marcia Griffiths, Chevelle Franklin, Diana King, Tanya Stevens. Ooh, hard the list long. And then if I have to venture out of that, I'd say a Lauryn Hill, a Gladys Knight, an Aretha Franklin. I like strong women. And strong don't mean that you have to put down men, you know. Strong just means strong. You know who you are. And it may be somebody who's very soft-spoken, but they get the job done. You know, it's not necessarily the person going to stand up on the stage or stand somewhere and scream at the top of a mountain. It's just in our own small little way. We get it done, and we get it done well. So many women. It would be hard to sit here and list all of them, but some of the ones that I said earlier are definitely ones that stand out in my mind right now. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Cherine. Welcome back to Sierra Nevada. It's great to have you. Sheila Moody from Street Bars Radio. Thank you for your strength. And I was wondering if you could comment on the influence of two sisters who we recently lost that probably influenced you, Whitney Houston and Donna Summer.
Wow. Whitney Houston, oh my God. First of all, when I got the news, I told my sister to come off the phone. I thought she was joking. My sister actually come. She's like, you heard about Whitney Houston? I'm like, what about Whitney Houston? She's like, I don't think she's no longer with us. I was like, what? I really didn't believe it because I remember being that little girl standing with the broomstick in my mother's heels that was way too big for me, in the mirror, singing, if I, because I thought I was going to be the next Whitney Houston, and that's how I saw it. Because sometimes it's hard to look on TV and see images that look like you understand? And then to see her be so successful with such an incredible voice. Like, Whitney Houston could sing the ABCs or the 1, 2, 3, it would be perfect for me. So, you know, I think she was the voice. You know, it creates a dent in just everything I love about R&B and pop. As for Donna Summers, I didn't grow up much on Donna, but I know I grew up, I'm in the 80s baby, so I understand the whole Whitney Houston kind of thing, but it's, I don't know, it puts a dent, you know, in all of that. But the music lives on, and I think there is strength and power in everything that she's done, and that we've been blessed to witness while she was alive, and we still have access to it now. So yeah, it's great music.
Yeah, music alone shall live. Any more questions?
Yeah, Cherine. 2 Dread once again, KTHX, Reggae Shack, Reno, Nevada. Shine On Jamaica, one of my favorite Cherine tracks. And now the Jamaican Jubilee coming up in just a month and a half or so. What are your vibes on the 50th anniversary of Jamaican independence?
I think we've come a far way, but there is still a very long way to go. You know, it's ironic that you asked me about Shine On Jamaica and then you put Jamaica Jubilee, because I don't know how many people have been following what's going on in Jamaica. There's the biggest controversy over what is the Jamaica 50th song. And only 3 weeks ago, I was asked to perform on something called the Layer of Souls. And they had everybody from, Auntie Marcia to, you need name it. Like, when I say everybody, it would be like a who's who of reggae on TV to celebrate this. But what I think shocked me and the band was where they placed me in the program. Because they ended up having me close the show with Shine On Jamaica. So it was just very, very odd. And even in light of the whole controversy, I've seen people gone online and they've been sending my manager messages. It's like, I think, well, this is a song that the public loves. So we are right now, in talks with different people for different things. There may be a Shine On Jamaica 5.0. so nice. we're thinking about doing something a bit special for the Jubilee. So you guys can look out for that. There should be something on that.
And given your place in the reggae world right now and the strength of that song, it seems like a really appropriate choice.
Thank you.
For real. If I could ask one more question. Getting back to Dancehall Queen, that great movie from way back when, one of my favorites. With the work that you're doing for women these days in Jamaica, young women, how do you feel that the themes that you dealt with in that movie have influenced your beliefs and your directions today?
This is just what's so amazing. It's almost like what art imitating life or life imitating art. When I did Dancehall Queen, I had no idea I was going to be a singer. I had no idea I'd be doing any work with, like right now I'm also working with the UN, the Way Out Project, and it does look at violence against women and gender inequity. But I didn't know I was going to be spokespersons for any of these 15, 20 years later. You just don't know. So to be in this position right now is a blessing, and I'm learning as I go along because I do not know everything. And I depend on women, like I said, my sisterins, to say what's going on in your world and your world and your world. And hopefully I am merely just the voice for voices, because the collective story is so much stronger. So I'm just staying open to everything I hear from other strong women around me, and hopefully based on people I know or just the position I'm in, I'm able to help or to assist with things that can make their lives a little bit easier. So yeah. Nice.
You're a beautiful voice for it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you sing us something?
Sure. Give me a second. I think Eagles and Doves might be appropriate. Right? They don't know my story. They don't know a thing about me. Who are they to judge me? They see my glory. They never see my pain. But people talk, don't faze me, 'cause I am not afraid of words they cannot break or harm me. Just watch me rise. No time for haters on my plane, 'cause no one can hold me down. Just watch me win this crown. No one can hold me down. I fly like eagle, soar like doves. Can't nobody hold me down. I got life, I got love. Can't nobody hold me down. So raise your glass, fill your cup. Tonight we gonna live it up. Raise your glass, fill your cup. Tonight we gonna live it up. You know why? I don't believe in failure. You can do it, you can rise above it. Dreams come true. If you get knocked down, you just get back up again. Friends will come and go, and the ones we love will hurt and even disappoint too. Be good to people, and good comes back to you. No one can hold me down. Just watch me win this crown. No one can hold me down. Fly like eagle, soar like doves. Can't nobody hold me down. I got life, I got love. Nobody hold me down. So raise your glass, fill your cup, 'cause tonight we gonna live it up. Raise your glass, fill your cup. Tonight we gonna live it up.
Big up to Cherine. Thank you very much. And we want to thank you for being here. If there's any more questions, okay.
See you at the Grammys.
Or I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, but let's start there.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, 7:15. Is that when I perform? I think so. Tomorrow at 7:15. All right.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you guys so
Cherine.
much.